So, guess who may be finally going back to work on Thursday? This guy. So I had to. So all last week I didn't work because the truck didn't want to show up. So I decided to call my boss today, and I said, "So, am I working this week, like on Tuesday?" And she says, "We'll be closed Tuesday, but we'll be getting the truck hopefully Tuesday, or Wednesday." She said the truck should show up on Tuesday at around 5, which I mean I'll be gone anyway. If I was to show up, I'm gone by 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So it would be someone else's responsibility to take care of the truck. But she said the way it looks, it's on track to be getting to show up. So she said the way it looks, we should be back open on Thursday. I forget the reason she said with all this, but we switched over to this company because it was supposed to be more reliable, and we switched over on the 1st. Like that's when it went into effect. It's now the 15th, and we still haven't received a truck. So, you know, here we are, all of us, the store, a Subway, being closed down for like 2 weeks because we don't have bread, we don't have veggies, we don't have meat. We don't... Honestly, on Thursday, the first thing I'm going to do is make myself a big fat fucking sandwich and devour that shit. After I pay for it, of course. Now, if it's, if someone comes in and they decide they don't want it or something, then, we make it and then we can waste it out. But yeah, I'm in the mood for just the most crazy, or not crazy, but probably just every meat I can, what I want on there. Some ham, some turkey, some provolone, or rather meat wise, some turkey, some ham, some salami, some pepperoni, some roast beef. What else we got? Some steak. So that's a little bit of provolone, some shredded cheese, and toast that shit up. And then you take it out of the toast oven, and then you put on some lettuce, and that's all I put on. No, but yeah, if you want a good sandwich, go to Subway. I mean, it's gonna be extra because it's like $3.50 extra for extra meat. But yeah, go and get ham, turkey, pepperoni, salami, roast beef, steak, and then provolone and shredded. And I think and cheese is also extra. It's like $1.50 extra, I think. Put in toaster oven, take it out, and then like lettuce, and then I would do some mayo, garlic aioli, um, some of the cheese sauce, that you would put on like the cheesesteak or the nachos, and maybe a little bit of oregano, oregano. Maybe a little bit of that, maybe not. A little bit of Parmesan, and there you go. But for me, it'd be a thick sandwich. Of course, the bread needs to be perfect. Like the other day, like, what was it? Not last week, but the week before. My God, that bread was perfect. Nice and firm on the outside with a nice little dome like it's supposed to have. My knife just glided right through when I cut through. I opened it up. It was warm and soft and fluffy. I'm like, oh my God, this is the most perfect bread I've ever made. It was so good. And then even after I slapped a bunch of freaking meat and sauces and all that stuff on it and left it in the refrigerator, the walk-in, to keep it nice, brought it home. It held up its, the integrity held up. It stayed as a good piece of bread. The same thing with the second. The first one I made was a sandwich that someone didn't want because we didn't, what was it? We didn't have lettuce. They wanted lettuce and we didn't have lettuce. So he's like, oh, my girl wants what my girl wants. So the dude walked out without getting it. But the other one I you guys, if you go to Subway, you don't get a $5 footlong anymore. But I do. Because I get a discount For you guys, it's like $10, $11. For me, it's like 4 something. So I still get a $5 foot long. Um, I should have asked her about the soda machine. I asked her about the thing, but I should, because we haven't had a soda machine work in like 2, 3 months now. They came in and they fixed it, but we don't have any CO2. You know, carbonation, what makes the soda soda. So we haven't had that. So every time someone comes in, and then because we haven't had a truck, I haven't been able to make the sweet tea. I'm like, they're like, do you have sweet tea? I'm like, we have unsweet tea. I'm like, we don't have sugar back there. Like, we have the tea bags, but no sugar. So, I mean, I can make unsweet tea, but that's not what people come here for. When they come here, they're looking for sweet tea. But, it's a shame. All those cookies had to get wasted out. I should have taken those things home when I was there on Tuesday. I should have been like, hey, these are probably going to sit here. Can I just take them? Like, take one out to see the quality of it? And like, hey, these are pretty much going bad now. Can I just take these home? Um, I wonder if they're going to... Maybe not. I wouldn't be surprised if someone... Like the manager, like, the district manager has to go over to the store anyway to drop off the checks. So I wouldn't be surprised if she saw like the freaking cookies still sitting in there and be like, oh, maybe I should get rid of these. I wonder how, I don't remember how long they last. I mean, they're in those little drawer things. Maybe I could just waste them out on Thursday. Or no. There's a chance that they'll be open on Wednesday. And I'm sure whoever's there is going to probably, waste them out and throw them out. If they're not, then I'm going to waste them out and just take them home. Put that shit back in the oven for a little bit. Good as new. Um, but yeah. Yeah, so 2 weeks. 2 weeks. All last week I didn't work. Not working Tuesday. Going back to work hopefully Thursday. And they just need to get their shit together because I'm tired of this crap. How do you have this kind of establishment but not the kind of thing you need? You know, again, my the district manager was all happy because, like, oh yeah, we're switching to a new company and we more reliable. Famous last words. Famous last words. Here we are, 2 weeks later, still closed. So it is what it is. I've just been bored out of my mind. I really am. I'm just bored. Um, I filled out a few more applications because, like I said, I was, I've been looking for a second job. But what did I have? What was it on Tuesday, Thursday? I think it was with Pizza Hut. I might just change that to Tuesday. Because nowadays, pretty much every freaking job, you'll fill out the application, and if you qualify and all that, they'll send you a text or email saying, here, pick your interview date and this and that. But for me, because I use public transportation and they only come out here like Tuesdays and Thursdays, they come to get me. They're going to come get me at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and my interview won't be till sometime in the afternoon because Pizza Hut doesn't open till like 11, 10, 11, yeah, 10, I think. Which is fine. I mean, I could go to Pizza Hut and just kind of sit there and eat pizza until my interview. I probably have it around the time where, you know, the, my ride is supposed to come get me anyway. Like around 3 o'clock they come. Well, actually, no. It's actually around 2 something. So it would probably be around 1:30 I would have my interview, which is fine because I think that's pretty much when the Pizza Hut buffet ends anyway. So I'm not what I used to be when it comes to eating pizza. I go there and I'm only able to eat like 3.5 pizzas worth now. So, and you're like, what? Only 3.5 pizzas worth? Trust me, I used to be able to do more. Like, back in the day, it was like a fucking anime situation where it was just plate after plate. And it's not like it was just like some people going in and just like, okay, here's one slice of pizza. No, I was piling it. And it's just plate, 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 plate. But now I'm eating like 3.5, maybe 4 pizzas worth, and the best part is I'm able to maintain this weight that I have of like 270. I mean, it's still a little over what I'm supposed to be for someone my size. Someone 6'4" is supposed to be like 200 pounds, 210 pounds. But I keep down the weight because I'm always going around, you know, I'm always walking around. And so, I mean, I wouldn't be able to show it because the camera won't pick it up. But the fact that I'm able to see my veins in my arm, I have really, really thick skin. So me being able to see my veins clearly, like every individual yeah, I've lost a lot of fucking weight. Also the table test. I said, you know, I used to say this when I worked at the factory. The table test is one of the best ways to find out if you've lost weight. Test is simple. You have a booth, right? And you can't move the booth. Like, it's not like one of those you push out and no, it's just a booth. Everything is bolted down. So best way is you slide in the booth and you sit forward. Do you have plenty of space between your stomach and the table? If your stomach is pressing against the table, you need to lose a few pounds. If you're someone big and you're, you know, able to sit forward in that booth and sit comfortably and your stomach is far away from that table, congratulations. And a lot of people said, hey, you know what? I do that same test too. Like for me, there's about this, like here's the table and like, here's my stomach. So there's clear amount of space. So like people like to think I'm like 400 pounds. I have a picture of myself with my nephew on my Instagram. And then people look at like, wow, you're really not that big. Yeah, no duh. I look bigger because I'm sitting down and I'm wearing like a 4X shirt. Of course I'm going to look bigger. But I'm really not that big. But, and one reason is that I'm constantly walking around. And that's usually how I keep it off. Going to work, staying on my feet for, you know, and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I mean, I don't know how many steps I take a day, but probably walking 500 miles and I will walk 500 more. No, you're like, John, that was clever. I know. Oh, but, yeah. Yeah, the table test, it's really the easiest way to see if you lost weight. Like, when I used to work at the factory, when I first got there, I was 315 pounds, not 50, 315, 315. And I'd sit at the table, and my stomach was pressing into the table. I'm like, oh! So I had to turn this way and, like, stick my legs out to be comfortable. And then after a month or two, I went from 315 to about 270, and I was able to sit comfortably in the booth. And I showed like the stuff that I was eating. I was eating like 4 fucking sandwiches and like 3 muffins and all this at one time. But I was losing all this weight because that factory was like 100 degrees. It was humid. It takes like 10 minutes just to walk down to the work area where I was. I'm bailing, so I'm pushing, pulling, tugging, lifting, dragging, lifting heavy objects, hours on end. So within a month or two, I went from 315 to about 270, and I've just maintained that weight ever since then. And that was, I don't know, what was it, 2018? 2019, something like that. I think it was like 2018. But yeah, again, I'm not nearly as big as people think. People think I'm also bigger because I'm sitting right in front of a camera. Unlike some of the people who record and they like sit all the way back here. No, I said so natural again. Big shirt, and I'm writing, so you can't see the rest. It's like, see, like it's the shirt's right here. I push it in. There you go. Not that big. It just looks like I'm a lot bigger than what I actually am. So, but it's fine. It's whatever. If people want to call me fat, they can call me fat. I really don't care. I know I'm not fat, and I call myself fat all the fucking time. I know I'm I know I don't have a small wee wee, and yet I'm constantly saying how small my wee wee is. So it's I don't care. Okay? It's meant to be a joke. You know, if you can't make fun of yourself, you don't have the right to go after anyone else. And clearly I have no problem making fun of myself. Because when you're lacking looks, you need to make up for it in some kind of way. See, there you go. And that's exactly why you can't insult me. I do it myself for free. Took a weird turn. I was just talking about work and how I'm possibly being able to finally go back to work, and now here I am talking about, you know, losing weight at the factory and me having a small wee wee, but not having a small wee wee, and just being comfortable joking about having one. Also, Potato Chan. She's been attached to me for a while. You think that, you know, I was her mom or something. But she constantly wants to be in here with me now. I don't know why. She's never been like this. Maybe she's dying. No, she's not. She's not. But this is what she does lately. She just wants to, just comes in. She just comes in, falls asleep for like hours on end. Like right here, she's licking herself right now, but it's currently what time is it? 6:21. She'll stay in here basically until I go to bed. Which is at like 9 or 10. I'm an old man. I go to bed early. But yeah, so she'll just stay with me. Even Adam's been acting different. Like, instead of coming and jumping up on the bed and sleeping on the bed, he'll like sit by the door in the corner like he's in trouble and sleep in the corner. But also, Fremine has gotten, like, Fremine a couple weeks ago wanted nothing to do with me. Everyone's like, who the hell's Fremine? Fremine is one of Midna's babies. Who the hell is Midna? You guys know who Midna is. Shut up. You guys have seen her for, what, 2 years now? Go on my... I'm pretty sure I have titled just Midna. So, did she just... Oh my god, she jumped! Potato Chan. Potato Chan. Hello, baby. What is it, baby? I'm doing the scratch the butt. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Yeah. She's so sweet. She's so sweet. Like a fat gray potato. Which is why I call her Potato Chan. Nom 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 nom. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, lick those fingers. Those big fucking sausagey Shrek fingers. I love you. What? Potato. She's like, oh god. Oh god. Yeah, you're purring like a whore. No, 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 no. I'm just playing with you. I love you. Go on. Get your fat ass out of here. Boop. Go on. Here. Go that way. No. God, she is heavy. You would think if she was an outside cat, you'd think she was eating other cats in her spare time. She's a fat cat. Anyway. Yeah, so, long story short, I'll probably be going back to work finally on Thursday. And I'm gonna make myself the biggest fucking sandwich I can make. I might throw stuff on there that I've never even tried to throw on there. I mean, I might try some of that crunch, sub crunch, and maybe I'll throw on some tomatoes. I used to put like banana peppers on there, and you know, but just a whole bunch of stuff. I had one person the last day I was working, they threw in like every fucking sauce. And they take so long to they're like, I want some of mayo. Okay, I want um the buffalo sauce, the barbecue. Yeah, that. Um Also he was saying please after every single time. He's like, I would like the mustard, please. Just regular mustard. I'd like the sweet teriyaki or sweet onion teriyaki, please. It's like he basically got every fucking sauce. He got like every single veggie, every single sauce, and it's like you do know this is supposed to close, right? Like the sandwich is supposed to close because even when you do the bare minimum, it's still hard to close when you put on every single veggie. But anyway, I would like some of this, please. Well, I'd like to finally finish this sandwich, please. But anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.